Hello and welcome back. In today's video, we will be doing ratios. Well, what are ratios? Ratios simply behave like fractions. If I have 2 over 6, what should I do? Well, the first thing you need to do is simplify your fraction. Find a number that can get into both the numerator and the denominator. 2 can get into 2 and 2 can get into 6. How many times can 2 get into 2? Once. And how many times can 2 get into 6? 3 times. That's how fractions behave. Well, in this picture, we have cats. I don't know who likes cats. And we have dogs. I don't know who loves dogs. We have 4 cats and we have 10 dogs. How can you write this in terms of a ratio? Well, the ratio between cats and dogs would be 4 to 10. So 4 here, as well as 10 here. Is that all? No. Remember, ratios behave just like fractions. So we need to find a number that can simplify this. What number can get both into 4 and 10? Well, 2. 2 can get into 4 and 2 can get into 10. So 4 divided by 2 and 10 divided by 2. What is 4 divided by 2? Well, 4 divided by 2 is 2. And what is 10 divided by 2? 10 divided by 2 is 5. Now, this is quite interesting. And I want you to remember this for the next page and the pages that will come afterwards. Our x value here, our dividing value, was 2. We divided both 4 and 10 with 2. That's our scale. Alright, so now let's go into the next picture in the next page and see what's going to happen. We have girls and boys. How many girls do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many boys do we have? We have 2 boys. Can we write this in terms of a ratio? Yes, we can. 6 to 2. Is that all? Nope, that's not all. We can divide. And why are we dividing? Well, we always need to simplify. Which number can both get into 6 and 2? Well, 2 can get into 6 and 2 can get into itself. 6 divided by 2 is 3 and 2 divided by 2 is 1. Meaning for every 6 goals, there's 2 guys, and if we simplify that, for every 3 goals, there is 1 guy. What is our scale factor? Meaning, what did we use to divide and simplify? Well, our x value in this case is 2. That's our scale factor. Balls. Who doesn't like balls? How many balls do we have? Well, we have 6 red balls, we have 2 yellow balls, and we have 12 green balls. If we had to write it as a ratio, well, I'll have 6 to 2 to 12. Can I simplify this? Yes, I can. 2 can get into all of these numbers because 2 can get it to itself, can get into 6, as well as it can get into 12. 2 gets into 6 how many times? Well, 2 gets into 6 3 times. 2 gets into itself once, as well as 2 gets into 12 6 times. 6 times. I had a tongue twisting moment there. Now, again, what is our scale factor? Meaning, what did we use to divide? Well, we used 2 to divide everything. Alright? Such a tongue twisting moment there. In a grade 8 mathematics class, there are 45 learners. If the ratio of boys to girls is 4 to 5, how many girls are there in the class? Very interesting question. Well, they said boys to girls and they gave us a ratio here. Meaning, if I write boys here and I write girls here, the ratio would be 5 to 4. However, if you remember correctly, this is a ratio. and not the actual head count. So the trick here is to say 5x and 4x. Okay. Meaning, let us go find what number or what scale factor was used to reduce this into becoming a simplified ratio. Just like in the previous page, we had simplified ratios of 3 to 1 to 6. Even in the previous page, we had another simplified ratio of 3 to 1. However, the head count was 6 to 2 boys. Alright, so let us go back and find out what our scale factor was. How can you find the scale factor? Now, in order for you to find the scale factor, you will take the ratio that you were given, which is 5 to 4, and you will add these numbers. 5 plus 4 is 9. You will take that 9 and you will divide that 9 with the total. This is how you always find your scale factor, your x. So 45 divided by 9 is 5. So we have actually now found our scale factor. Let me quickly move this closer. There we go. We have found our scale factor. Now take your scale factor and just sub it in. 5 times 5 is 25. And then 5 times 4 is 20. Perfect. Kate and Kiara start a business together. Kate works for 60 hours a week and Kiara works for 40 hours per week. If profits are split up in the same ratio as the roles they work, how much does each person receive if they make a profit of 12,000 in a month? Well, here I have Kate. Then I have Kiara. They have a ratio. Kate works for 60 hours. Kiara works for 40 hours. We need to simplify this. Well, to simplify this, we need to find a number that can get it both into 60 and 40. 10 can get into 60 6 times and 10 can get into 40 4 times. All right. Now, we need to divide or share the profit that they get into this ratio. So what are we going to do? You ask. Well, take your 6 and your 4, add it, you get 10. And then afterwards, find your x value. So you'll say what needs to be divided by that 10. This will give us 1,200. Let me move this closer. Now, that means that in order for us to actually help them share the profits, we need to make them share the profits in this ratio. So you'll say x, 6 times x, which is 6 times 1,200, and then 4 times 1,200. This will help them to share the profits. 6 times 1,200 is, I'm going to wait for you to actually find out the answer. And then 4 times 1,200. So Kate will get 7,200 and Kiara will get 4,800. Perfect. Jack, Miles, and Max shared a reward for 80,000 in the following ratio: 2 to 3 to 5. So we have Jack here, we have Miles here, and then we have Max here. I love Max. Max is a beautiful name. They all have a ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. Well, we know that there was a scale factor of x somewhere, somehow. All right. They need to share 80,000. What do we do? Well, Beautiful question. Let us first find our x. So how do you find your x? You'll add 2 and 3 and 5 to get 10. And then you'll take what needs to be shared, which is 80,000, divided by that 10. That will give us our x value. And our x value is 8,000. Perfect. Now take your x value, which is 8,000, and then sub it in. So wherever you see x, you'll just sub that in. Perfect. Well, 2 times 8,000 is 16,000. 3 times 8,000 is 24,000. And 5 times 8,000 is 40,000. Perfect, perfect, perfecto. Dave, Paul, Mary, and Mary work in a factory. They're paid in a ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. As Mary is the most experienced and Dave the least experienced, if Paul earns 8,500 in a month, how much does Dave and Mary earn? Well, this question is almost similar to the one that we saw right now, whereby we know that Miles earns 24,000. All right. However, 3x is equals to 24 if we write it in that way, as well as 5x in this regard will become 40,000. And here for Jack, 2x is 16,000. If we had to divide this value, we can actually work backwards. 2x divided by 2 is x, and 16 divided by 2 is 8,000. So we can actually go back and find our x. If you simplify the 3x part, 3x divided by 3 is just x, and 24 divided by 3 is 8,000. So again, we can work backwards. Beautiful question indeed. So let us go to the other question and do it. What do we have here? We have Dave. We have Paul. And we have Mary. They all have a ratio of 2 to 3 to 5. Now, as I said, we have x here, and x here. Now, the question says that if Paul earns 8,500, so what we actually have is we have 3x equivalent to 8,500. Meaning we can work backwards to find our x. What is 8,500 divided by 3? Well, it's 2833,3. And the 3 is recurring. Oopsie, I had made a mistake there. And the 3 is recurring. Meaning we can actually find out how much Dave earned and Mary earned. And well, Dave, it's just 2 times x. And Mary, we'll say 5 times x. And we all know what our x value is. So simply put that in your calculator. Well, 2 times x is 5,666 recurring. And then 5 times x, well, that will be 14,166, 6 recurring. And this is how much Dave and Mary earned. In a packet of sweets, the ratio of red, yellow, and green sweets is 1 to 3 to 4. If there are a total of 64 sweets in the packet, how many sweets are red, how many are yellow, and how many are green? So what do we have here? We have red, we have yellow, and finally we have green. The ratio is 1x, 3x, and 4x. We actually now need to divide 64 sweets, right? And find out how many are red, how many are yellow, and how many are green. So again, find and do our little mojo. What are we going to do? Well, you will add 1 plus 3 plus 4, which is the ratio that was given to us, gives us 8. Then you take the total that you were given, which is 64, and you divide it by 8. Well, what is 64 divided by 8? Is it 8? Or is it 9? Or is it 7? It's 8. Then the only thing you do is just multiply your x in, or sub in your x. Simple as dimple. So we have 8 red sweets, 8, 16, 24. Then we have 24 yellow sweets. Then what's 4 times 8? Let us see who's gonna get it right. It's 32. Simple. Last question. In a packet of sweets, the ratio of red, blue, and purple sweets is 1 to 2 to 4. If there are 24 red sweets, how many are blue and purple sweets are there? How many are blue and purple sweets are there? What English is this question written in? But anyway, so we have red, we have blue, and we have purple. The ratio is 1, 2, and 4. Let us not forget to add our x's. And then afterwards, what was given to us? Well, it says that there are 24 red sweets. That means that 1x is equals to 24. Oh, simple. X is equals to 24. You divide everything by, you multiply everything by 24. So wherever you see x, you just sub in 24. This is quite simple and straightforward. Wow. So there are 48 blue sweets. And then we have 96 purple sweets. And that, my kids, is how you do ratios.